So, hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're jumping back to some more Create Astral. Hopefully you guys are ready. So I did manage to get a little bit of mining done, just enough to hopefully grant me, enough iron to sort of jumpstart our creations that we're getting into. But I did get a fantastic comment over the last two videos that said, why don't you try and automate, or not automate, but rotate the storage? And I think that's a fantastic idea. We can totally utilize Create to rotate this storage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here. By the way, I also don't understand the little quest pop-ups. I don't know where those are coming from, but I keep getting them over and over again. I'm gonna pop down here real quick. And right under here, I am going to place just a singular block. And then we're gonna have a water wheel that is going to be a couple blocks down. So right down here, I think is going to be a good spot. I need to make a shovel, like just a regular shovel, because I don't actually have a regular shovel. I had a mattock. It's gone now for some reason. But anyways, so water wheel needs to go down here, and the reason it needs to go down here is because we're gonna have to have some redstone running. And the more I look at this, the redstone's actually going to need to go under this block and run on this line. So this actually needs to go down one more. But we're going to make this entire thing spin. At the push of a button, it will rotate a single step. And in that single step of rotation, it'll allow us to sort of pick which side we're looking for. And I really hope this is going to work. Now, in theory, it should. Like, this should all function. No problem, right? We are going to need ourselves let's see, create mechanical bearing. So I do need to grab one of these, and we should be able to make a bearing. Yep, there's a bearing. Okay, and so the bearing is going to go here. We need to shift click that. And now at the moment, it's only connected to the one block. So we need to connect everything to that one block. So to do that, I'm going to use my super glue. And so I'm not going to rotate my toolboxes, but I am going to rotate this. I'm going to click this side, and I should be able to select this entire upper area. Now I don't know if, I don't think the item frames are going to work. So I might have to connected to the item frames. No, it does not look like I can mess with the item frames. I almost wonder if the item frames are going to pop off. If so, we're going to have to figure out another solution. Also, that is weird. It's like rotated funny. It's like really oddly rotated. Okay. But now, whenever we give this power, by the way, I'm going to use a clutch. I don't know if I have to invert the signal, because by default, right, the clutch just runs, I think. We can try it with a hand crank, I think. Oh, I hope I don't break all my storages. That would be kind of frustrating. Yeah, I would not like that. Let's test out the hand crank here. And okay. So it did rotate, but it knocked off all of the item frames, as I was worried about. I might be able to keep the item frames on. I don't know. There are item frames from the Create mod, so maybe those are item frames that will actually stay. So I'll have to test those out. But right now, it did rotate, and I think we just did a full 360. Now here's the fun part, right? So this will have to be unpowered. So we're gonna have to do sort of the opposite, and we'll have to run an inverted signal into this in order to get it operating properly. So let's get the redstone set up before we place the water in. So now, of course, to be able to invert a redstone signal, it's as simple as placing down a piece of dirt right here, and then on the other side, placing, if I can get over there, placing a redstone torch on the other side. So this will invert the redstone signal. Very, very simple mechanic. And so we should be fine if the redstone signal is right here. The redstone itself is right here. That still should work, I believe. So if we have gravel above this, like that, and I go ahead and make myself a button, like so, and the button is placed here. Oh, the button is actually connected. Oh, actually, we can't have the button right here. We need the button right here. So let's extend that redstone signal. One more. And we can place that there. And then the button. So what should happen is when I press this button, that redstone torch should go off. And as you can see, it goes off. And so that should hopefully apply a single rotation to the setup down here. So at this point, I can go ahead and get the water put in. Oh, I'm excited for this. Excited. And so I should be able to press. Oh, and it does it. Okay, so it did a double rotation. I almost wonder if I can just, to change that, if I can just shorten the water. And now it's a bit slower. And now let's see. Aha. Almost. Let's make it a little bit slower. Just to sort of remove some of that weirdness. And there we go. We have a rotating storage unit. It is not fast enough. I'll make it just one more. A speed controller would really be able to help here. Yeah, I like that. I like that much better. And so this should rotate. And as you can see, this is the wood. Oh man, this is cool. Okay. So now that we have rotating storage, let's go ahead and try this, right? Let's see. Create should have item frames. I don't know if they're called item frames, but they are definitely item frames. Don't know where they're at though. There they are. They are called place card. It requires a brass sheet. Oh, that is just a bummer. Well, you know what we could do is we can take an item from here. For example, this is wood, and maybe we just need to place that above or below. We need some way to identify what we have going on here. And so maybe adding this is a good way to do it. So on the bottom here, we can just use this to specify, okay, this is wood. And then over here, we can use this and say, okay, a depot is here, and so on and so forth. And there we go. I have all of this set up and ready to go. So as you can see, we now have identifiers as to what we're rotating to. Oh, this is so convenient. This makes it so much nicer. So we have our rotating storage. I don't know if I should like change the rotation though, and maybe make it so that way only the inside spins. I think maybe that should be the case. I wish I could make that the place cards, but I feel like because it requires brass sheets, you can't use them. Maybe that was an oversight, the fact that it requires brass. I don't know. Brass seems to be a little bit late game in this. Okay, let's go ahead and break this, and then we'll do this a little bit differently. I need to select the bottommost corner, which is going to be this corner, right? To be able to select, we select this corner, and then I go over here, and I'm going to be selecting this up top. I think that should work. Yeah, this corner right here, and then this corner. But I'm going to have to add to that. So I'm going to have to add the drawers and everything to the front. And I don't know if there's a super easy way to do it. It looks like I can get to the back. Oh, that makes it a little bit easier. That way we're just rotating these blocks and the posts still stay in. And I think it'll look a little bit better while it's rotating with the posts. Okay. So we're almost done. We got to get this added in. And that should be good. That'll even rotate the middle section. We'll place that back in. I'm pretty sure that's still in the loop. It is not. Why did that not go? Okay. Are they connected together? Weird. Okay. I'm going to have to do it this way to make sure it's all connected. Yeah, because that apparently did not add it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I think this is a little easier to do it this way anyways. Okay. So as you can see, we're getting... Oh, undo that. We're getting everything added in. What a project, right? No progress, just coolness. And that's what it's all about sometimes. And now when we rotate, it should look a lot cooler. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Look at that rotation. Okay, pretty sick. I will have to say. Now with contraptions at the forefront of my brain, now that we have this all set up, I was thinking, could we use a contraption to make this a lot better? Like, can we make a contraption that is as tall as this, all the way from the bottom to up top, and make the contraption work sort of like a pipe? And I think we can. So at the moment, you notice how this sort of couples here, while this is actively a contraption. Well, we can use sort of minecarts as a contraption, but I wonder if we can create a funnel to where it's constantly funneling out from the bottom down here and then funneling into the top, because all you need is a storage in between those two. Actually, I don't even know if you need a storage. You just need some way to make sure it's a contraption. So I might want to test a few things to see if we can't do that up here. So let's go ahead and test this out. So here I have a sticky mechanical piston, right? And you do have to place this on the back, right? So for the length that you want your piston to extend, you place these piston extension poles, which are pretty neat. This is a pretty cool machine, right? But what this does is it causes the things that are attached to it become a contraption, just like this over here. So what I have is a portable storage. I have a storage on the inside, which I don't know if is 100% necessary, but we have it for right now. We have an insert that is going to put into here, and then this is how it's going to get piped out. So we should have like an instant transfer of items from this location to this location. And we can make this as long as we want, right? There's really, I don't think there's a block limit. There is a block limit, but I don't think we're going to hit that going up a vertical such as this that we're going to be working on over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if I put items over here, for example, if I just toss a few funnels, right? And there's nothing over here for right now. When I activate this, what's going to happen is it should end up over there, just like you've seen. Now there's items in here. But when I rotate this back, it's going to send another item, right? Until it's done sending and then it comes back. So we need some way to give this some rotational power constantly. Water wheel will work. But we also need a way to invert the spinning direction. You can see I have to change the spinning direction to have it come back. To do that, to change the direction of the rotation, we use a gear shift. So a gear shift has the ability to change the rotational direction when given a redstone signal. So we can just create a very simple redstone clock and have this run down underground. And we can just have one of these portable storage interfaces set up over here somewhere, right? So that way we can receive the items and then send them back. And this piston will just be doing this motion over and over again. Right? And that should force it to constantly workout session. That should force it to constantly send the items as if it's a pipe. That's going to be pretty cool, actually. So to set this up, I think it should be fairly easy to do this. I'm hoping that this works, that we can use ourselves a portable storage interface to connect into this. And if I set this in the face, oh, let's pull that item out. I'm going to need some block to stand on. Let's go ahead and stand on that. There we go. Now I'm going to have this facing it. So on the front of it. So to get this to work, I should be able to use this to pull out, similar to what we were doing in prior episodes. So we'll set the auto, and the face is going to be the insert. It should auto pull the items. That's the goal, right? To auto pull the items. And then the output, we want to configure that. And then we auto output, and using this as sort of a single block pipe, we auto output that to the top. And that means things should end up going into the face here and should make their way out of the out and into the chest. That should work, right? So let's rotate this. There we go. This needs to go down in its rotation, just like that. Perfect. And then we need to basically create our little cobblestone setup. Now this is going to go underneath here. And so we'll have the same sort of connection. This, I'm going to place it over here, believe it or not, because we need it to run down this column. But the cobblestone will act as a pipe. That's how we're going to have this set up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and rotate that as well. Make sure it's facing up. And so when it's pushed this direction one, it will connect into here. And then we need to set up the connections that are down there. That's going to be the fun part. So what I need to do is I need to mine this down until I get to the last block. There's one more left. And then we'll mine this. And then I can go ahead and just start placing the blocks all the way down. So now to get this all set up, we have the last one placed in. And so as soon as this contraption goes off, this should start working. Now, I'm going to need the piston to be right here, which means we're going to have to sort of break into this area to set up our redstone. So I'm going to do this back here. And the piston is going to be, let's just have one block here. The piston, which we're going to have to rotate. There we go. And so this should reach out, connect to that, and then we should get a back and forward or back and forth motion going on. We are going to have to connect everything to this using the glue, so be prepared for that. That's going to be kind of interesting. And then the redstone. Okay. So to get a redstone timer going, it's not that hard to do. But we kind of need something to toggle back and forth. That should be pretty simple. Let's go ahead though first. I'm going to have to head back up and get my gear shift, right? We need a gear shift. And then we're going to have to figure out where to... I'm going to go ahead and get the water wheel placed as well. Now, to set up the redstone, I have it all prepared here. You're going to need I mean, you can do a lot of different ways to make these timers. But I'm going to be using probably one of the simpler ways of doing it. So we have ourselves a comparator. I'm going to place down my comparator and then redstone repeater. Just like so, and the one going another way. And then we'll set up our redstone dust here and here. As soon as we give this a redstone signal, once we've turned this comparator on to subtraction mode, we can then power it. And you can see it's going. It's pretty fast, so I can slow this down by extending my repeaters. And there we go. So we are golden. I think this is going the way I want it to go, hopefully, with us extending that. And it getting powered and unpowered, that's quick enough to rotate it back and forth. We might have to extend some repeaters on this to make it fully functional. I guess we can go ahead and see. Actually, we cannot see because we need to glue all this stuff, right? So this whole contraption here, we need to glue to there and then make sure this is glued to itself. And then I'm going to have to go through and extend this as far as it can go. As you can see, selection area is too big. So as far as it can go, and then select again to itself. And hopefully it's not too big of a contraption. That's my only worry. Oh boy, we're getting close though. We've got to be getting close to the top. Because I'm pretty sure we're within block range. Like, we're not exceeding the amount of blocks that can be inside the contraption. So I'm really hoping this is a way to cheese this thing. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure out some sort of belt system that is going to make it way, way more complicated than it probably needs to be. Okay, so it's connected. Now, to find out, will this work? And boy, oh boy, am I just as curious as you are. So, moment of truth. Okay. And yes, this is too fast now. Huh. So I'm going to need definitely some more repeaters. So all I did was just add to this. So you have one more and then go back and add one more. It's the same thing, all fully extended, just added 2 repeaters. And I'm hoping that this is long enough now to connect. Okay, it did connect. However, it is not releasing in time. Oh, that's right. We did not add a storage here either. So there isn't a storage connected. So we are going to need to definitely add a storage, and that should solve our problem, I'm hoping. So it's going to hold, it should hold the entire time, but it is not. Very interesting with the way the gear shift works. Guys, no joke, after taking a deeper dive, I think I have done it. I think I've somehow managed to get it stuck into its format that I wanted it to get stuck in. So it is currently locked in a state where it is acting like a pipe, like I was hoping it would. Oh, and I don't even need the redstone setup. I don't need it at all because we have it. I was trying to extend it thinking that I was going to need to extend it some more, but no, it is currently stuck. I can't even move it with the rotational power or anything, right? We have to provide it with a constant rotational power, as you can see, but because it's in this state of constant movement, it is forever pulling. You can see these are not filling up, and it's forever filling up this chest. We've done it! We have created a long pipe that is just simply using cobblestone. Very cool. A singular piped contraption. This is probably one of the quickest ways, by the way, of moving items in Create. It's instant. It's just basically instantly teleporting from the underground into this chest. Now, of course, it's still very slow down there mining the cobble and stuff, or mining the diorite and granite, but it still is a start. Like, at least we can take all of our diorite that we've gathered and we can gather more quartz, meaning we can make more rose quartz and all kinds of other stuff. So definitely worth taking advantage of all of that extra material. Throwing it in here, like I said, grants me some quartz. Oh, and by the way, these things are starting to fill up. Look at all that free flint and free iron and free clay. That's very, very nice. So now there is one more thing that I want to do real quick, and that is make some engineer's goggles. Now, engineer's goggles are going to be very, very important for us. Ooh, we get to see stressometers. This is going to actually show us, oh, I think we can, yeah, we can equip them here. This is going to show us how much stress things are actually using, and we can kind of see contents, right? So for example, over here, we will now be able to see that not only do belts have stress and actually utilize stress, but so do the cogs, and apparently the shafts as well. So cogs and shafts both seem to have some sort of stress associated with them, which is kind of interesting, I guess. At some point, it really doesn't matter all that much. Like once you have a significant amount of stress units that you're generating, it's not that big of a deal. But early on, it can definitely pose a lot of problems. Also, where's your buddies? Oh, gunpowder. Very nice. I mean, nothing else here, though. So I'm going to have to say I am pretty excited about what we got done today. I mean, we ended up rotating our entire storage, messing around with this type of contraption. How cool is that? And not only do we do that, but we now have a pipe that is constantly piping up granite and diorite to us. And these are going to have their uses later on, which is pretty cool. Like this can be used to make red sand, and then red sand can then be used to make, I believe, when wash some zinc. Yep, this is going to be more, this is going to definitely be worth it later on, but the longer we have this running, the more resources we're going to have at that point. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and of course, it is time to thank the supporter of today's video. And that, my friends, is going to be a huge thanks going to D-Dog. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member. And of course, guys, if you're interested in joining the community over there, all you got to do is go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect and join the amazing community. And also, while you're there, be sure to check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. Super easy to find. All of the names matching my current name here on YouTube. Guys, I again want to thank you. Click that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment what you enjoyed down below, or if there's a way I can do something better, let me know, because simply that storage system that's right behind me, that was a suggestion from the comments. So thank you so much for suggesting things like that. I love to put them in practice, and I would love to test out some of the things that you guys maybe want me to do. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.